Hello, hello. Merlyn.Silva here from the Nordic Ableton Certified Trainer community. And today I am in for a treat. I am going to be working on a collaboration with my friend David from Sweden. David is not only a lovely, lovely man and very talented Ableton Certified Trainer, he's also a killer musician, and he's sent me a project that you might have seen if you've been watching our channel that he started off. And so his idea was to get cracking on a collaboration, to work for at least half an hour, but no more than an hour, and see what happens. So he made a project file and he sent it my way. I listened to it a couple of months ago, but to be honest, I can't really remember much about it. So today we're going to pick up where he left off, and I'm going to go in completely blind. I have no idea really what I'm going to do. So hopefully this will be fun to watch. Maybe you're going to learn a bit about sound design or using live. Maybe you're going to learn a bit about how you might collaborate with someone virtually, which is what we're doing since David is all the way over the Kattegat in another Nordic land. But cool, let's get started. I've got my project over here, so we'll just minimize the video and have a look. I'm going to put on my headphones so we don't have some nasty feedback going on. And yeah, wicked. Let's just press play. Lovely, lovely. Wow, lots going on here. Really, really full picture already. Let's solo some stuff. Nice. Okay. Lovely kind of dubstep rhythm there. So a simple bass on operator, nicely played. Sweet, a bit of kind of guitar-y audio. Some glitchy percussion, super. And oh yeah, of course, he recorded his SH-101. That's sounding really trancey and... David, I've got a feeling you're trying to charm me with my middle-aged, new-age hippie ways here, all this lovely trancey arpeggios and classic synths. You know what I like. What's this one? The Move Up kit. Ah, yes, this was when David was nailing the finger drumming techniques in his last video. Cool. And a tremolo synth. We can hear that lovely shimmer reverb on the hybrid reverb there, making some kind of pitching granular style stuff. We got some backup things. What's this? Oh, nothing. What is it? Oh, yes. Beatboxing like a boss. Wicked. Okay, where to start? Wow, yeah, there's so much to work on here and such a nice kind of loop already. Okay, so I think something that I'm really trying to work with a lot with my own making music practice is to stay here a bit in session view. This is very easily, like the minute you get an idea, you start going, okay, let's arrange it. Let's finish a song. Boom, boom. Really, I've discovered, like for me recently at least, like if I kind of pleasure delay a bit and spend a bit of time just like working on the sounds and designing them, getting the mix right, like before I start really laying out loops and turning things on and off, then generally like I get less bored in the arrangement stage and it goes a lot quicker because it sounds better than it otherwise would. Everything sounds more finished. It's easier to like imagine extra layers or details. So yeah, today I'm not gonna spend a load of time arranging. I think I'm gonna throw that back. And I reckon we should look at the sounds and develop them a bit more, because this is a really nice space for, yeah, a future track. And my first one here is the bass, just because I can see it's only an operator only. And that means there's lots we can work with. Oh, wrong one. So where are we hitting? Where are we hitting? Okay, fundamental frequency like 60. So yeah, we could probably add an octave underneath that. Let's do that first, I think. So I'm gonna totally cheat. I'm gonna get my own sub that I made. Merlyn big sub. Yeah, I basically took a 808 kick and ran it through a load of processing. And I think I used Trash by Isotope, which is just both a great plugin and also a great way to get some ideas. And so it's just an 808 that's been processed. Bit of cheating, but let's roll with it. Cool, and are we in C? David, you're too cool, you're too cool. So yeah, we're going to have a really low note that we might not hear so well, but it's good. It's good that it's there. Let's find that note. Cool. And let's play these together. So we're going to need a good, 8 bars, maybe? Then a nice minor sixth. Ooh, maybe it's a G. Maybe it's a B flat. Dang. Okay, cool. I think we're good. Let's see if that goes all the way through. This is a trick Raz showed me that I didn't know. I've been using this program 12 years, 15 years, I can't remember. You can fast forward through your loops like this at the top. I mean, yeah. I'm going to call that a G, I reckon. Yeah. Okay, cool. We got a bit of a sub, and I'm going to turn that down because we just want that underneath, fill out that lower octave. I don't really want to hear it that much. We'll just feel it when this is loud. And maybe actually these can go down so we don't clash. It's getting very boring very quickly. Come on, Merlyn, work harder, work faster. This is probably a low note going on here. Let's get that spectrum. Let's see if it's just way too low or not. Okay, 25. Ooh, yeah. No one's going to hear that. Nothing's going to reproduce that. Let's get those back up again. Sweet. So I want to take on this bass if sorts. Let's get rid of that sub for a minute. Okay, cool. I love this. I love this little kind of raising thing. What happens if we go higher? Lovely. And okay, let's start. Let's bring this to life a little bit. I feel it's a bit synthy. Let's get out the expression control. And in Live 11, a bunch of cool stuff happened. We've got a random. Let's use random. And let's put that on this and make the range kind of small. So every note will be a little bit different. Cool. And if we move this operator, what happens? Maybe we'll come back to this. I'm going to group that so we remember. We could call that pluck. Sweet. Let's come back to that another time. Let's try and get this incremental. Let's put it on here. What happens there? Get some more random going on the time. So it just has a bit of variation. We'll go like 45 to 55 or 60 or something. Yeah, I like that glide. Okay, nice. We've animated a little bit. This time, I'll make it a bit more extreme. Cool. So I'm going to compress the absolute madness out of this. I'm going to, over-compress. I have like, 4 compressors. Let's have a listen. Cool. Going into that, let's take a little bit away of this. Oh, fucking mosquitoes in Denmark. Who would have thought it? Wicked. Let's scoop out this nasal bit. I reckon it's here, yeah. Let's listen. Cool. And maybe a little bit more high. There is no high. Okay, yes, I know. It's a bit of an extreme EQ curve. Wouldn't really do this in mixing, but we're just having a bit of fun. Okay, I want to use the dynamic tube. No one ever uses this. That's why I'm going to use it. And I found a little trick. This is has a lot to do, what you get out of this effect has a lot to do with the amount of volume going into it. So if I just crank this utility, really kind of nice crunchy distortion. Let's play with the tone. Cool, and like later on we can use bias. Okay, it doesn't do so. That was a nice artifact. It doesn't do so much when we crank it like that, so we might add another one later on in case we want this to do something weird. Let's stick all of this in our group. And We will save that for later, for when we come into arrangement. Destroy. Okay, let's plop our expression control in there as well. Let's bring the drums in. Let's see how this is sounding. Get a bit of envelope going on in this filter. Okay, boom. Just noticed something. Tut, tut, tut. David Engstrom, where is your limiter on your master channel? You trying to kill me here? I've got headphones on. Safety first in England, at least. Safety first. Wicked. Let's whack a compressor on the end of this. Let's use the compressor from Live 8. Shout out Mr. Bill for pointing that out to me, or whoever pointed it out to Mr. Bill. This is really helpful. We use FFT. Kind of reacts nicer, has a bit of look ahead. Okay. Find that kick. Boom. Ah, no, we're going to do something more clever. Cool. Let's make a sidechain trigger track. Sweet. You may know this trick already, but I had a little addition to it. So yeah, if you like sidechaining, I hope you like this. If you haven't thought of it, I'm taking the MIDI from my drums, boom, and in, so we can see it flashing. But I only want the kick and the snare, obviously. Don't want the hats. So I'm just going to get a MIDI effect rack. Here we go. I'm going to make a new chain, go into the key editor, and just... Sweet. So now it's only going to let through the kick and the snare MIDI notes. The rest will be not let through, will be choked from this MIDI stream. So now I can hear on the bass, and actually let's group this stuff. And let's whack that compressor on the group. So now if we take this from the... Oh yes, we're going to need an actual piece of white noise. We're going to make it as short as we possibly can. Of course, we actually need some audio to sidechain. Nice and short. Maybe bring this in a little bit here. Sweet. And boost that stuff. Cool. So now I'll make sure that's turned off. Now we should be good. And in context, okay, sounding a bit more developed in the low end there. Let's pause for now. I actually don't know how long I've been talking at this point. I know my camera is going to stop working at about 30 minutes because it times out. So that will be a good call to see how far we've come. Cool. Very nice. Oh yeah, this was when he was doing the cool noises to the different unison modes. That was a pretty awesome part of the video, David. Sweet. I really like the sound. Super classic. Let's spice it up a bit. Again, I want to add some expression control or some randomization. But we're wavetable. We don't really need that. Then we have this random part of the MIDI mapping, which is just super cool. Let's what has he got here? A nice sweep. Let's just simply add a bit of random to that. What happens? What about this one? Okay, sounding pretty much the same. Let's okay, we got an envelope going on here. Can we, oh no, I don't think you can change the slope. Let's have a look there. No, you can't. Let's play with the decay. Let's add a bit of random to that. Bit too random. Let's do just a little bit then. Cool. Bit of resonance, maybe. Cool. I wanna modulate this filter a bit. Let's. Sweet. Let's add a bit of drive. Okay, this is screaming for an LFO on that arpeggiator. No doubt about it. Nothing too fast. Let's keep it out of sync so it's always a little different. Okay, cool. What do we need here? I feel like we need a bit more color. I feel like we need a bit of shininess. Phasers are shiny, or flanges. Let's see what happens there. That's really trippy. That could be really cool for a build-up or something. I'm going to leave it there, but no, we won't use that right now. Maybe a bit of pedal. Let's whack that drum bus on there. Let's use this to maybe add a little bit of crunch to it. Not so much. And I reckon a bit of transient. Do we want some chorus or? That could be it. Just kind of adding to the unison, doing a similar thing, vibrato. Okay. And let's get some echo involved. Boom, boom. And let's put that gate on so that only like the hardcore stuff comes through. Add a bit of reverb. Okay, let's group these so that we got them in parallel. Let's add a dry chain. You know what? Oh, okay. I think I've just looked over and seen we've already been doing it half an hour. Mental. I just saw that the live 11.1 beta is out and it comes with something called Shifter, rather, which seems like an evolution of the frequency shifter device now with pitch shifting. And that is exactly what I could do here. I don't have the beta yet. It's been a long week. I know we can do something really similar with grain delay. So we're going to put that on 1 millisecond, no feedback, all wet, and we're going to add 12 to the pitch. Cool. And what happens if we... How are we doing? Okay, let's finish off by putting an auto filter. Put that in morphing mode. And just have one of these kind of pleasant shapes. A bit more high than low, maybe. Bit of resonance and a little bit of LFO. Turn it to spin. Sounding nice. Yeah, I'm happy with that for now. Let's move on a bit. I'll go to the drums later. How long have we been recording? Half an hour. Cool. So we're nearly at the bit where I could choose to stop. But you know what? I'm really enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying this too. What's this? Ah, yes. So the question is kind of similar to what I was just working on. So what should we do? How do we separate it? Bunch of ways. My go-to here is usually to bring up something like FabFilter Saturn or Isotope Trash or something and basically go like preset surfing. Absolutely no shame in that. Sometimes you just kind of want a surprise. I've also got some kind of cool new plugins. But you know what? Let's take it really, really slowly and go theoretical. So we got two streams, two sounds that are kind of similar. And I want to separate them because otherwise it'll just be like a cloudy mess. And there's already enough like decay and delay in this piece. So one way we can do this is by changing the sample rate. And there's a lot of science behind this. If you think, hang on, that's interesting, I suggest you go and read a study by somebody called Bregman, who and the study is called Auditory Scene Analysis. And it's about separating streams. It's about the cocktail party effect. Why is it you can be in a bar and you can kind of focus with your mind on different conversations? And Bregman discovered there's like 40 or something different reasons, a whole bunch of research and tests. One of them was that if two sounds are at quite different sample rates or bit depths, so if there's like a aliasing or if there's kind of, downsampling happening in one of the streams, our brains will work that out really easily and separate. Let's see if that helps. So I'm going to take it to here. Totally, right? Like those artificial overtones it's created have made it really easy for me to go, oh, okay, this is a different sound. And the other one's really swirly and spinny and it's not very quantized. So let's contrast that a little bit. Let's go to AutoPan and let's put this on like a quarter notes or maybe second notes. And I'm actually going to use an almost square shape so that it just pans from side to side. Let's do it on a whole beat. Wicked. So acoustic science, once again, saving the trance, as it has always done, as it always will. Like not just kind of being a nerd for no reason. I really recommend any producer on earth reads Bregman's experiments about separating scenes. It was way, way back. I think it was in the 60s. I was introduced to it when I studied on my master's by a great, great teacher called Henrik Winter. And it really, really has influenced so much of how I approach mixing. And I recommend you read it. It's not that hardcore and it was really useful. So let's have a look at this. Ah, yes. So it's got a bit of a dusty, kind of distant vibe to it. And I'm going to say that we push that further. Instead of trying to make it more present and compressed, I think this is going to be a bit further back in the picture. It might kind of be panned. Yeah. And I reckon we're going to use a bit of gating, multi-band gating. Or we might have to, so we'll put that first just in case, because there's a bit of decay. And then we're going to use some convolution, I reckon. Cool, I'm going to set this all the way to convolution. And I want, maybe a big space. Let's try that. Okay, quite the opposite then. I want early reflections or textures. What does textures do? Okay, yeah, I'm going to gate like the tails of these. And let's do our dynamic tube trick again. I could do with a little bit of analog vibey distortion, just dirty this up a bit. So utility before and after, we'll boost that 15, we'll take 15 away here. What happens? Let's call it just 10 going in. Screw it, let's say 15 and a bit of dry wet. And you know what? Let's just go all in. Let's take up some erosion. Add a bit of noise. Super subtle. Should we put the gate at the end as well? Nice. Well, maybe that works in the picture. Okay, let's try it with just the drums and the bass. Okay, I think it needs a bit of glitchiness. Sounds too organic, and it's just a loop, so there's no variation. So like, the listener's a bit like, hang on, sounds real, but it's kind of doing the same thing, which is impossible. What is this? Let's add a gated delay, which is a tasty Max for Live device that came in. Where did it come in? Let's have a look. Show device in browser. Cool. Sweet. In the creative extensions, which was just, I mean, it's got pitch hack, it's got spectral blur, pack of a lifetime. Let's roll these dice. Boom, boom. Let's turn up the random. Let's duck the input when some random stuff's happening. What happens now? Okay, maybe you've gone a bit too dusky. Let's put this down at the beginning, see what happens. Much worse. Maybe this hybrid reverb's not working. It is. Half and half. Okay, so when in doubt, OTT. There's a lot of feedback. Yeah, maybe. I'll leave that for now. Not sure that sounds great. I'll turn it off. Cool. Okay. Tremolo synth. David, you can just lay these riffs down. It sounds so cool. Let's take a bit of low end out. Well, low mids. And the airs there, maybe just a bit of this kind of sibilant sound we need more of. Nah, okay, let's generate that from the synth. Okay, here's your plug. Okay, I'm going to go full parallel processing here so we can control it a bit more feel a little lost here with this reverb. So we're going to do this twice. We're going to get verb, delay, and dry. And delay, we're going to just go a bit dubby on this, I think. Take away lots of the effect and some triplets or dotted notes. And on the dry one, let's stick a drum bus, get that transient shaper going. Nice. Okay, I just had a weird idea. And I think soon it's time to wrap up before this just gets out of hand. What if we take the MIDI from the bass and we kind of like make this voicing into two things at the same time? And maybe we don't want all that echo. Let's put it in here. That sounds really funny. Let's see if it layers over the bass. Cool. Wicked, wicked. I think that's kind of, yeah, that's giving it a little bit of depth and interest. That's kind of cooler, going in the upper register instead of the lower. That'll probably fit nicer with that big bass line, and yeah, I like it. Sweet. That's why doing videos is really fun, right? Because I'm under pressure. I've got to try and make this interesting and think of stuff. Never tried this before. That makes a lot of sense. you would do that if you were a classical composer, right? You would take the bass figure and maybe like flip it or mirror it or interpret it and give it to a higher instrument in the big kind of dramatic part. So this isn't too weird, but kind of a weird way of doing it, to like sidechain from the bass, add it as a layer to something that's playing something else. I'm very proud of myself. What can I say? That's good stuff. How are we doing? Okay, 45 minutes. You know what? I think that's good. I feel like if I go any more, we're going to go into drums. There's lots of drums to do. They already sound really cool anyway, and maybe that could be a whole other video to like tame the drums or do some variations or fills. So over to you, David. I guess at this point, I'm going to zip this up, send it right back to you, bounce this video out, and hopefully we'll all get to watch this song develop one by one. And eventually I reckon release it. I think this is a nice way to do a collab. So I hope you've had fun. I really have had fun just sitting here making music on a Friday afternoon here in rainy Denmark, sending you all out good vibes and wishes of positivity and strength as we come out of these trying times. And don't forget to click subscribe to our Nordic certified trainer channel, where you'll find lots more like this. And I'll see you on the other side. Take it easy. Have fun. I've been Merlyn Silva. See you later.